Filmmaking is an art of expression. In the same way a novel can elegantly portray an author's view of the world, a film allows us to see life through someone else's lens. Story has, and always will be, the determining factor in a film's effectiveness. But sometimes in order to tell that story, we as filmmakers have to create an environment where the viewer can completely focus on the story and won't be distracted by anything else. Tripods are an extremely common tool in the arsenal of any filmmaker, and allow us much greater flexibility with camera movement. Given the physics involved in creating a smooth pan or tilt, tripods with smooth ball heads range anywhere from $150 to over $1,000. The thing is though, we don't necessarily need pans or tilts to tell a compelling story, and those cheap tripods can actually prove far more useful than you may have originally thought. In my mind, what makes any shot interesting is movement, whether that be from the camera or more easily, the subjects in frame. Even simple movements can make your static tripod shots infinitely more interesting. If we focus on what moves in and out of the frame, and allow that to serve as the action of our shot, rather than movement from the camera, we can still tell an interesting story that won't bore the viewer. You can also stimulate the sense of a camera movement by quickly cutting between shots every 4 or 5 seconds without moving the camera at all. The beauty of this technique is it will work with any tripod strong enough to support your camera, and is used in many high-budget features today. This can be perfect for wide establishing shots, or really any shots where the movement of subjects in your frame carries a story forward. Another simple cinematography technique you can use with any tripod is the handheld look. Unless you're using a stabilized lens or a camera with sensor stabilization, trying to shoot handheld with your camera will likely create shots with micro jitters and nauseating shakiness. This problem only gets worse as you introduce longer lenses and less stable hands. The quickest and cheapest way to alleviate this issue is to attach your camera to any tripod, and then hold your tripod as you move around with your camera. In this case, the heavier your tripod the better, as the increased weight will lead to a more stabilized shot. When a camera is weighed down, you have a much easier time recording stable shots, because the camera will stay much more still. In my experience, if I bring the tripod closer to my body, I can grab the most stable shots as my body and the tripod work together to stabilize the camera. The handheld look is all over Hollywood today, and is perfect for establishing tension in a shot, or for just trying to achieve a more natural look. A word of warning though, if you plan to shoot like this, be very careful with your movements, as it's really quite easy to accidentally get unusable shots this way. To be clear, my primary tripod is a $300 Benfro with a smooth pan and drag head, and honestly, if you had the money, I would definitely recommend stepping up to a more expensive tripod than the 2 Amazon Basics ones I've shown off in this video. I'm really just trying to make the point that you don't absolutely need the best tripods to make your films. My philosophy is, get the gear that you can afford for your project, and go from there. I'm guessing any of you watching from the filmmaking community recognize the music in the background, and that's because I licensed it at MusicFind. The song is by Simon Cade from DSLR Guide. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, Christian from Erickson Films, signing off.